Welcome back, friends and fellow mechanics, to Car Mechanics Simulator 2021 and episode 47 of our Let's Play. Our task for today is to get started on this Lamborghini Huracan, where we have to figure out the engine problems, take care of timing-related issues, suspension, and body. So I can already see just by a general observation that it's going to need this valve cover. It's going to need some idler rollers. It's going to need a water pump pulley. But before we go too far with just the observations, let's go ahead and get our testing done. So we're going to need a fuel pump. No problem, we have that. Alternator can be repaired. Battery can be charged, but we already have a charged battery, so I'm not too worried about that. Here's the real test, because this is going to tell us about the block and the pistons, piston ring, the crankshaft. So we got a set of piston rings, we got a piston. No, it's 3 sets of rings. Okay. Well, that helps a little bit. I mean, we'll still need to figure out which side of the engine block the rings are on. If we're lucky, it'll be the same side for all 3 rings, but I don't believe that will be the case. We'll come back in here. We'll run our OBD2 scanner. So we got 1 plug that needs to be changed so far. Okay, so that's not too bad. We have a threshold of 60%, and we still have 3 parts not discovered as far as engine problems. Well, you can make that possibly 6 in total. Alright, well, let's see if it will allow us to run this on the test path. It may not with that alternator. And the fuel pump, so actually the alternator wouldn't stop it. What were the worst parts? fuel pump, and I believe it was a spark plug. So we'll just do this. Okay, so the spark plug is right here. Fairly quick to get to. Do we have one that meets the requirements? We probably do in storage, but plugs are cheap, so we're just going to go ahead and do that. Oh, we got a medium intercooler that needs to be changed. Okay, so we're going to have to run over here to the repair table. That's body, so that's not going to do us any good. Into inventory. We'll just take that instead of finding one that needs to be repaired. Throw that new fuel pump in. Still saying the engine can't be started. So we're not going to be able to test the suspension right now. So rather than waste time, let's get this thing in the air. But first, we need to drain our coolant. And while we're in here, we might as well come up here. And get these marked and purchased. Nope, that's good enough. It can stay. We'll just drop a new battery in. We're going to need 2 of those. We're going to need that medium intercooler. Okay, with that done, we can get it in the air. And let's get this oil drained. Okay, so we already knew we were going to need the water pump. So unfortunately, in order to get this oil pan off, we need to take the gearbox out of the car. So we might as well check this V10 flywheel while we're here. That's at 66%, so it's good. Actually, I'm going to leave that off. Oh, that's got to come off anyway. So let's take a look underneath. All of our connecting rod or crankshaft caps look good. All of our rod caps look good. Let's go into our list and see what side, of course, they would be. So it's going to make us take the entire top side of the motor apart. So in that case, in order to make our lives easier, we are going to put that on the engine stand. No, I meant to put you at the Lamborghini, not the Pagani. Now, by me taking the rod cap bearings off, once we get the engine torn down, it'll be an easy process of knowing which pistons to pull out. I will see you guys when I have the rings changed and the engine basically reassembled. Okay, so as you guys can see, I am finishing up the engine build on the car. It is on the motor. It is back in the car because with this V10 motor I had to take both sides off at once, and I wasn't sure afterward exactly which side. Oh, I missed a camshaft cap. That's why it wasn't allowing me to put the engine head cover on. Which side the cam gear had come off of that needed to be replaced. So that's been changed. The other 6 components that I had not discovered were camshaft caps. So those have been changed. I changed out the intercooler. So we're all good there. This will be ready to go on to the test path once I fill it with fluids once again. Now I did see that there's an inner and outer tie rod that need to be changed. That's a pretty quick and simple change. So let's just check our running gear. Very well could just be those 2 parts, but I highly doubt it. And with the way the tail end of that car sits, I actually had to put it back on the ground in order to get access to the engine. We're just going to go ahead and mark these 2 parts, as they're not parts that we generally keep in stock. And as you can see, I already have rims and tires for the Pagani. Okay, so there's still 3 parts that aren't discovered. So let's go ahead and move this over to the test path. We'll give that right front a quick alignment. And let's see what this test tells us. Oh, that was an interesting audio glitch. So 2 rubber bushings is all it gave us. Well, we already know there's an issue with that because according to this, there's still a 3rd part. Let's have a quick look at this rear suspension. could be another outer tie rod. Doesn't look it. Is there? Oh, I mean, the steering rack is here, not connecting with the end links, but that's a mod car for you. I don't know, I will see you at the test track. Okay. I figure it's always nice to show you guys a run around the test track. Especially when it comes to a supercar like this. Okay, so we're back at the garage, and it turned out the last component was a wheel hub bearing. So let's go into our examination mode. We have one rubber bushing up front, one out back, and the wheel hub bearing out back. Okay. Bushings we have. Wheel hub bearing we'll have to purchase. Now we need to take this shock absorber off so we can take this out. And let's try this, otherwise we'll have to swap it around. So that bushing has successfully been replaced. Now that could be just simply because it has the better bushing in it. And the 100% isn't exactly in the right place. Or it could be because the bearing got put exactly where it was supposed to go. Or the bushing, I'm sorry. We'll go ahead and remove this one. We'll have to do a realignment on the car. And let's check again. Everything's good there. So we'll put that on. One more time to the test path. Do another quick alignment. and then we'll move the Lamborghini outdoors. So now we need the trunk window. Okay. We're going to need to take car part 2 off, car part 3 off, the right window, the left headlight and tail light, right tail light, car part 1, left side mirror, and our left headlight. So we got everything out we need to get out. And because luck was on our side, this was a mod vehicle that allowed us to repair the tail lights. We need to find out which window it is we need. We need C. So we'll buy window C. And now we just put the car back together. We'll have to do a quick alignment on the headlights, or the left headlight anyway. Oh, forgot the window. That's okay. That's why you leave it where you're working. Put that engine cover back on. And this Lamborghini is all set to go. And that job paid us $25,000. Let's collect our 25.6. I somehow forgot to put a sway bar link in. Well, I guess it's a good thing we know what side we took it off of, huh? Alright, let's complete this. And we'll have a look. Nothing real interesting. So we'll leave it at that. Well, let's take that because it's got body work and fluids. This is just a base game car. Let's get rid of our bad inventory. Anything under 14%. Okay. In our next episode, we're going to start work on our Pagani. I hope you enjoyed the episode today. If you did, please hit that like button, leave a comment, and share these videos. If you haven't done so already, please consider subscribing, as it costs you nothing and only takes a second to hit that red subscribe button. And it helps out my very small channel. With that, I wish you all a good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are, whenever you may be watching this. Thank you.